At 6, another exercise that offers multiple variations, bent over barbell row. Again, that linebacker stance, hips locked.
Can they just get anybody to perform an exercise the right way without these short, choppy reps? It bugs me. You know why? Because it's got the clickbait title. Hey, guilty as charged. But when you enter in any video that I do, my form is impeccable. And I take pride in that. You know why I take pride in that? Because shit trickles downhill. Meaning, I know people are gonna come in and watch my video and they're gonna try and copy it. And I want them to. That's why I give you cues and tips on how to do the things properly, how to feel it. So I know that when you guys come to my channel to watch something, I wanna make sure I'm performing it properly so you guys go home and you can repeat it and do it. We need 400 motion. Even these short, choppy reps, they're not even doing the 400 motion so you can get the most out of these exercises. Like 50% of them are demoed wrong or like half-assed. Nothing on the guys doing this, on the models doing this. I'm sure they just asked a bunch of guys who were in shape from like, hey man, can you do the video for us? And you're like, yeah, cool, I'll do it. And you feel cool because you get to go on the channel that got 1.9 million, 2 million people on there. Like, heck yeah, man, I get to go on there and get my, get some extra clout or whatever. And then you perform something. If you're a coach, you're doing shit right. If you tell me you're a coach, I'm judging how you train. I'm judging that, 100%. I am judging it.
Bringing the bar up to the belly button.
Pull the belly button. That's a cue. That's the cue. Just pull the belly button. Just pull the belly button, and you got it. Just bend over. Hey, yo. Just pull the bar to the belly button, and you can do different grips as you want, but just pull the belly button. Your journey to sustainable peak fitness starts right now. Grab the Ultimate Push-Pull Legs Training ebook and the Final Diet right now in the link in the description below.
Another option is underhand grip. You may find this helps you bring the bar further into the hips for more of a squeeze in the middle back.
You know why? You know the difference between pulling, I'll give you guys, right? When you do this, you got more bicep help because your supination. What helps with supination? Your bicep. Your bicep helps supinate. It does, right? And it does flexion of the elbow. Boom. There you go. It's a good pull. I like doing it. Your other part of your back is in there, is working as well too. Your teres minor, which helps with strong rotation. A lot of things doesn't really matter. What matters is that you get the 4-range of motion. Then you get a good stretch all the way down and you pull all the way up. A good stretch and a good pull. Whether you're like this, or this, 4-range of motion. Here, using a lot of bicep. Here, I'm getting some forearm and bicep. Here, mostly forearm, little bit of bicep.
For greater stability, go for the machine to help prevent swinging and protect the lower back.
Yeah, yes, 100%. If you want to do a bent over exercise, yes, but we understand that we're now coaching the exact same movement as the T-bar row. This is the T-bar row, chest support T-bar row. And then we have the traditional T-bar row that was done at exercise top 4. And now we're down to this one, and we have it's the same exercise. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. You should have said T-bar row is one of the best exercises to get nice and thickness. You gotta pull plate to your chest. And if you wanna have a little less stress on your back, then you could do the chest supported T-bar row. Then would have made some sense, but you put it over to the bent over barbell row. Let me give you some advice, guys. Let me break it down for you guys, all right? The bent over barbell row, the bent over T-bar row, those are essentially the same movements. The only difference is the piece of equipment you're using. You have the T-bar coming underneath you, and you have the barbell that's more free weight. Your posture is the exact same. You should look the exact same doing a bent over barbell row as you do a traditional T-bar row. They're the same movement, you're just using another tool. This is confusing to anybody watching them. They'd be like, wait a sec, hold on, man, I saw the same exercise a couple minutes ago. Wait a minute.
Or if you prefer free weights, an incline bench will also support the upper body.
So then that's the one you do. This is the one you put as the substitution. You don't do a substitute T-bar row with a bent over barbell row and have that as the same exercise and then show a chest support barbell row. I'm confused. With a great squeeze. My brain is
Dumbbells let you hit different angles on the muscles.
All right, so look, check it out. The chest supported T-bar row, the chest supported dumbbell row, the same exercises. The T-bar row has a handle like this, and has a little handle like this on most T-bars. And most of them give you that full range so you can come all the way up. Yes, you can take the dumbbells and allow a little more free movement because there's nothing in the way to get to you. Like if you have a bar, you know, the bench might get in the way when you're pulling. But guess what? Regardless if you're using a dumbbell or a barbell or a machine, your body is going to do the same thing in terms of your full range of motion. Whether I go like this or like this with dumbbells, with a bar, with a machine, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. It's not hit. What other muscle is gonna hit? That makes it hit different muscles. If you move your hand slightly to 3 degrees this way, you're gonna hit the elbow muscle. Like, I don't know what they're fucking talking about, man.
And add detail and balance to your overall muscular development. At 7, single arm dumbbell row, a great mass builder for the back. One knee on the bench, the other leg out wide for stability.
This is my guy here was standing up straight when he was doing the T-bar row earlier in the video, and now he's just doing what I coach people to not do. Also,
one knee on the bench, the other leg out wide for stability. Back straight.
All right, so as you can see when he's doing this, his trap is in his ear, right? We want you to pull back and down, right? We want the scaps to go down, right? We want this and pull. We don't want this, right? And then this weird little swing thing he's doing here.
Head up. The weight starts just beneath the shoulder, coming up towards the hip. Dumbbell row allows a fantastic stretch on the lat muscle, combined with a great squeeze from the middle back as you pull up, keeping the elbows slightly away from the body to help with that squeeze.
So the dumbbell row has a good stretch for the shoulder blades and the traps, because when we're talking about free weight, the only thing that can challenge free weight is gravity. The only thing that's gonna get challenged is my scapula or my shoulder blades opening. They're being pulled down, which is great. Unfortunately, the lats aren't getting that much of a stretch in that position. Scaps are opening up. So your traps are getting a nice stretch, but your lats aren't. What's gonna challenge the lats is if you have like a cable and it was pulling you, either pulling you this way or pulling you this way. So yo, the fact that we have deadlifts that are number 2 and we got these things all the way down here, it's like, I don't even know. Number 8. All right, now we got...
At 8, it's another single arm pulling movement. This one with 2 versions, the low pull and high pull.
They're just throwing exercises. Hey, what do you got next? We got 5 more to go. What's going on? What we got? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Yo, this is how you know they don't know what to talk about. You have dumbbell rows before you have single cable arm row, but you still had single cable arm row as a variation or a substitution earlier in the video. I know we got, short the attention span and stuff, but like we just saw him do a version of this earlier in the video, and now this is number, like, how many more of these do you? I don't.
Low pull works the outer part of the lat muscle. Then going into a full squeeze.
The outer part of the lat muscle? What are we?
For the high pull variation, you're pulling more out to the side from a slightly different angle. Notice how our trainer has one hand on the muscle as it's working, checking that he's hitting the maximum stretch and squeeze.
Yo, listen, hey, hold on a sec. Yo, don't you go back, don't you look. I'm watching him right now, and looks like he's touching his chest. I don't think his arm can go back far enough to even touch his lats. So let me give you some words of advice, guys. Don't sit here and try and grab your lats when you're trying to do some pulls. Like we don't need you contorting your body so you can feel. Like if you're pressing, you touch your chest, man, that's cool, man. You do some biceps, you're like, yeah, because it's not that hard. It's right there. It's there, right? We can do this. But like, don't touch your rear delts. You gotta touch your rear delts to do some pulls. Oh, I feel it. This is working real good. Yeah, fit me that told me to do this stuff. It told me to touch my muscles when I'm lifting. You can, just not the ones where you gotta do some gymnastics or some shit. I don't even. This is switch root. Bam, 9. What? Before you can see it.
At 9, a back movement that's often missed in training, the pullover.
All right,
A
look.
different movement from the pull down. The standard pullover is with a straight bar, leaning forward.
The only difference between a pull down and a pullover is that, so if you look at his arm here again, when we're talking about like back, the back is pulling that bone there, the humerus. This is the bone, right? Your bicep and your tricep bone, it's pulling it down. It does that. When I do a pull down, I can load it more because I'm using the bicep here to actually pull, right? I'm pulling in some more muscles to help pull. But my arm is basically doing the same thing. I can load pull downs a lot more than I can load straight pull downs. Why? Because I'm not using my biceps to pull. And rule of thumb, easy tip for you guys, the further away you go from midline, like midline's here, the further away you go from midline, the harder the exercise is. Simple. Check it out. If I do a dip or a decline, I'm pushing down towards, it's easier, right? And then we do straight press, a little harder, incline, getting harder, overhead, even harder. Why? It's the furthest away from midline, right? Ladder raises are way harder like this than they're like this. So this is, I don't think people miss this exercise. I think now more people are doing this exercise than they ever have. They're not doing it as properly as it should be, but for the most part, I see a lot of people. There's even different handles being made so people can put the hands in loops and do this, so hold on to handlebars and whatnot.
Keeping a straight back works mainly on the lats.
The straight arm pull downs is literally the movement that your back is doing. It's the most isolating, this is what your back's doing. That's what it is, right? It's just like doing straight arm pull downs is like doing cable flies for your chest. Is doing exactly what the chest is intended to do. The chest does shoulder adduction, right? And then the back is doing basically shoulder adduction as well too, or in this case, we're doing extension, right? That's when the arm is in the front and coming down this way. Now, when I coach them, when I know someone's coming to the end of their set, when they start breaking down the form, it's when I see their traps like this. When they're like pulling this, their traps up this way. Why? Because your traps do the opposite of what your lats do. Your traps elevate your shoulders and your lats pull them down. So you can't do this and this at the same time. So when I'm watching my man do the set here,
The whole time.
I see just traps everywhere.
Another variation is with the rope, helping to bring the elbows back behind the body.
Don't bring the elbows back behind the body. Oh my God, jeez. 10, what's number 10? Here we go.
At 10, face pulls.
Face
Another
pulls
rope
for
exercise
back?
which allows a number of different angles. Setting the pulley about
face
level
pulls
with
with
the
bar.
chin. Elbows high, coming back behind the head. This is the standard version.
That is not the standard version. The standard version is with a rope, and it doesn't look like that because I know you guys seen enough videos with this. This is more of like a rear delt exercise. Yes, it's hitting some back movements, but we're talking about the top 10 back exercises. When I hear back, I'm hearing pull-ups, pull-downs, and then we're getting like the traps and the lower back muscles from horizontal rowing or bent over rowing, right? When we're talking about rear delts and traps, that's like shoulders. Like there's this whole entire, I didn't want to talk, I'm done with this. Oh, it's painful. Guys, just don't watch this. I mean, just don't. I hope you enjoyed that video. My blood pressure is extremely high right now watching this. I'm just overly annoyed, but I gotta do this. I gotta make sure that I gotta sift through some of the BS, the nonsense on the tube, that you guys understand what you need to see and how to do things the way you need to do them. And that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Know become all that telling it is transparent, vulnerable truth. Coaching. JONNI.com. If you want to know more about my coaching, guys, book yourself a 1-hour video consult with myself. We talk for an hour, nutrition, supplementation, mental health, training, whatever you want. We talk about it. And at the end of the consult, I deducted $100 off any package that you pick. And guys, stay on my site for even more all things training. My 3, 4, 5 day split, my new CAF program is out as well too. The final diet, push-pull leg training ebook, 0.2 is out, 2.0 is out right now, and much more. Head there right now, guys. Until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Because overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.
Last name ever, first name greatest, 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 greatest.